I'd like to begin with an open letter.
Mhm.
Dear Lamar Jackson, you choked again. Signed, a person who predicted it. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Let's do this. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This first hour is presented in part by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Go to invadercoffee.com, use code Snowman, you get 50% off of your order. And I'm going to have to talk to them very soon. The big dog is here with me. How are you, partner?
My dude, I swear that the pros took a page from the college football playoffs because the unpredictability of playoff football has reared its head again.
I am totally in. I'm totally into that. I'm totally into that. We're going to break it all down here. We'll do the NFC, the first hour, plus all you fans that thought Caleb Williams was going to be the undisputed rookie of the year, you were wrong. We'll talk about that at the bottom of the hour. And we hope to have Jay Spivey here with us, reclaiming his Monday spot at the bottom of hour 2. But since it's hour 1, let's begin in Philadelphia, where the Eagles survive.
That's one way to
Los
put it.
Angeles Rams.
Definitely one way to put it because Stafford had a Stafford day. 26 to 44, 324, 2 tud, no pick. Whereas Jalen Hurts only went 15 to 20 for a $128. But your difference was the ground game.
Saquon Barkley.
26 carries, 205, 2 touch. Jalen Hurts, 7 carries, 70 yards, 1 touch.
And that is the reason the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship. And we will get to them hosting the NFC Championship and not the Detroit Lions a little bit later on in the show. 205 for Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
There's your difference.
And yes, it
This
was
is
a
the
cold.
reason the Eagles snatched Saquon Barkley from the Giants. This right here.
Yeah, because when it comes to cold weather and inclement weather games, Saquon Barkley is a nut. And they were playing through 4 or 5 inches of snow on the field.
Yep. Saquon Barkley is crazy. And it was so good to see him, A, back in the postseason, and B, doing what he does in the postseason.
Yeah.
For him to be now one step away from the Super Bowl, which no one saw coming, was absolutely crazy. Which brings this question to mind. Does Jalen Hurts really need to have a passing day next weekend? I say
yes.
No. Oh, yes. He does.
Yes, I think he needs to have at least 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way the Commanders are going right now and the way that team is built, you need to score every opportunity you get.
Very
and
good.
We know Washington does have a bit of a better gap blocker.
Very good point.
So Jalen needs to at least pick up 1 or 2 touchdowns airborne.
Next, when we come back from the break, we'll talk all things Washington Redskins. And before we go any further, someone sent me a note.
How?
Saying they're the Washington Commanders. I know that.
We're old school, you dumbass. They're the Redskins to us, and they always will be.
I know.
You see this face? Don't make me go Joker mode. They're the Redskins to us. Now shut up. Anyway, moving on.
Let's go quickly to the Fanatics feedback zone. Tunnel Runner is the first one in, saying good morning, Snowman. Good morning to y'all. He says have a great show. The Con Man bats third. He said happy MLK Day. Absolutely. Andre 420 joins us from north of the border. And he says, what's good, Snowman? What's good with you, Dre? Great to have y'all with us. We talk all things divisional playoffs. Why couldn't the Rams ever? And Philadelphia was handing them this game.
Yeah, they were.
Philadelphia was straight up, and I'll say it aloud, and I'll continue to say it aloud. Philadelphia was straight up handing them this game.
Yeah.
They were handing it to them. And they didn't take advantage of it.
No, they didn't. I mean, I'm looking over complete stat yardage right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, neither team was effective on third down. 6 of 6 for LA, 6 of 15 for Philadelphia. Pretty much equal in total plays. Sacks allowed, 5 for LA, 7 for Philly. 5 punts to 4, penalty yardage 30 to 14, so it was a relatively clean game.
Yeah.
The reason LA lost this though, 2 lost fumbles.
Yep. At critical times.
Yeah.
At very critical times in the ball game. I mean, and I'm looking at the highlights here to my left, and I see Saquon Barkley's 78-yard touchdown. What?
Yeah. Once he gets loose, like I said.
That's all I got to say. What?
Like I said, you look at Saquon Barkley through the years when he's had to play in a cold weather stadium or inclement weather. How big does he step up?
205 yards, including a 44-yard touchdown to open the scoring and a 78-yard touchdown to close Philadelphia's scoring. The Rams had a chance. All right, the Rams had a chance. They stayed in this game as long as they could. The Rams had a shot.
Saquon ripped a 62-yarder with 1:07 left to get his scoring going in the first, and then
it was
in
62
the fourth.
yards. Okay. It was Jalen Hurts that had the 40-plus yarder.
It was Jalen Hurts that had the 44 to open it, and Saquon had that 78 that was ripped off at 4:36 in the fourth.
Mm-hmm. You know what makes Saquon so good? He was stopping and slowing down.
He was waiting for the gaps to open.
Yep. He was waiting for the gaps to open, and they did open. You can't beat that.
No, that's just beat that. That's old school football.
And kudos to the Philadelphia offensive line.
Yes,
for the way that they blocked their asses off
in
getting Saquon Barkley his 200 yards.
Now, if only he could have done it in the regular season in the final game, but we digress.
But see, the advantage is that Philadelphia is hosting the NFC Championship game. And we are going to tell you why they're hosting the NFC Championship game. And we're going to break all this down for you because I have an open letter to the Detroit Lions. And then we'll break down the Lions and the Redskins when you all get back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I'm looking at some of these women's basketball scores, and the game I was supposed to cover yesterday, doggone it, Oklahoma and South Carolina.
Ooh, that would have been a good one. Blowout.
60 South Carolina.
How? What?
Let me repeat that. 101-60 in favor of South Carolina. I ain't making this up.
Bitch, are you for real?
But so, because I'm looking at it.
Damn.
I mean, South Carolina led 49-24 at the half.
Okay. Which means they poured on 52?
Yep. Including 30 in the third quarter.
Whoa.
Speaking of woof, the Detroit Lions once again are sitting at home without an NFL title. Oops.
And that is because Jaden Daniels is him. I'm just going to say it right now. He's him. Plain and simple.
Jaden Daniels. Wow.
Looking over things right now, 22 of 31, 299, 2 touch. Rushing game played effective as well. Brian Robinson Jr., 15 for 77 and 2. Jeremy McNichols had the other ground score.
And Jaden Daniels carried the ball 16 times for 51 yards. That is 350 yards of offense from a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
350 yards. On the losing side, Jared Goff was 23 of 40, 313 yards, 1 touchdown. But here's the key, 3 interceptions.
Jared Goff looked beyond horrible.
He looked so pedestrian, it's not even funny.
He looked like he did way back in the days of San Diego.
Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs, 14 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamison Williams carried 1 time for 61 yards and a touchdown. That got Detroit within 24-21 late in the first half. David Montgomery carried the ball 7 times, only had 28 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit outrushed Washington 201-182.
Yeah.
But the difference is they turned the ball over 3 times. 3 interceptions, including 1 at the tail end of the first half.
Yeah, Goff had 3. One of the others had an interception. There's also a fumble lost. So 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. Here, they outgained Washington 521-481. So there was 1,000 yards of offense in this game. 1,002 yards worth of offense. Washington kept Jaden Daniels clean.
They did. and they were on third down, 4 of 12. They were 3 of 4 on fourth down, whereas Detroit was 3 of 9 on thirds, 2 of 2 on fourth. Relatively similar total plays, relatively similar first downs. Penalties, roughly the same, but again, the thing is, it was the possession changes.
Here's another stat in this game. Washington was 4 of 4 in the red zone. Detroit was only 3 of 6 in the
That'll
red.
do it. That will definitely do it.
So now what do the Detroit Lions do? What
Shake
do they
their
do?
head and
They
wonder.
had the number 1 seed. They had everybody coming to Detroit.
And now this.
And now this happens. And they're still working off of the sting from last year's NFC Championship game in Santa Clara.
Yeah, and now they've got this to deal with on top of it.
And the trick play that they tried with Jamison Williams backfired.
Horribly.
As Williams threw an interception. Oops.
Yeah, that was horrible. I mean, you can't throw trick stuff in the postseason.
Nope. Not unless you know you're going to execute it.
And the thing about it is, everybody knows Detroit is willing to gamble on plays.
Yep.
So they know they can be stupidly aggressive with Detroit.
And this is one of the times they were stupidly aggressive. Stupidly aggressive.
And that's why they were able to pick up 5 extra possessions.
Because Detroit made they had a stupid play in the first half that turned into an interception. And that interception turned into a touchdown for Washington.
You don't hang 31 on Detroit in a half. You just don't. And yet again, Washington said, hold my beer. We're going to.
Listen, Detroit led this game 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. And then the Redskins broke loose for 28 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
28 second quarter points.
Washington woke up.
Second most in playoff history, behind the 35 they put up in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 22.
Washington done woke up, man.
There were 42 total points in the second quarter. Washington had 28. Detroit had 14 in the second period.
And that's where the problem was, is the fact that Detroit couldn't keep up with them. I mean, it got to 28, it got to 31-28, and then fourth quarter comes around and Washington puts up 2 more scores. Detroit just could not. Yeah, Detroit just could not keep up.
And they put it out of reach. You know, for those, I'm going to have to do this. The Detroit Lions, first of all, at home in the playoffs with a home game in the divisional round, took a big fat and there were many picking Detroit to go to the Super Bowl. My next 3 words are as follows.
Stop the cap.
I mean, Detroit looked good in the regular season, like they actually had a chance to get there. But again, the unpredictability of playoff football has reared its head. We've seen it with the college ranks. Here we go in the pros.
And again, to those of you Detroit fans who thought your Lions was going to get to the Super Bowl,
Stop the cap.
Just stop it. Just stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
The curse of Bobby Lane lives on. Where do the Lions go from here? Where do they go from here?
Draft offensive linemen when their time comes in the NFL draft. They need it.
Yeah. That's about all I can think of.
Secondary is relatively okay. The front four on the D side's relatively okay. They just need to shore up their front line on the offensive side, and I think they'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to do this. And I'll put this in the form of an open letter to the Detroit Lions. Give me this, camera. Dear Detroit Lions, what happened? What happened? You had the number 1 seed. You had everybody that you thought would challenge you come to Detroit. And then you allowed the Washington Redskins, a.k.a. the Washington Commanders, to hang 45 points on you at home. And you're once again sitting at home without a Super Bowl trophy. Meanwhile, the 6th-seeded Washington Redskins get to challenge Philadelphia for the NFC title. And again, you're sitting at home doing nothing. You haven't learned your lesson from Santa Clara, have you? Because that trick play where Jamison Williams wound up throwing an interception, that turned into points. And Jared Goff looks so pedestrian, it's not even funny. It's like Washington lived in the backfield. And then you turn the ball over 5 times.
5 times.
You turn the ball over 5 times. I say to you, Detroit, your curse lives on until you figure out that final piece, which I thought you did, but you didn't.
Most of us thought they did.
But they didn't.
Nope.
You better figure it out. And you better figure it out soon, because that window is starting to close. That championship window, that is. But then again, given the fact that these are the Detroit Lions, has it really ever been opened?
At least not in a while.
I don't think it's been open at all, even when they did challenge Washington for the NFC title in 1991.
I was about to say, last time I remember Detroit actually being worth a damn, there was some dude wearing number 20 in the backfield.
And his name is Barry Sanders. Until you figure it out in full, Detroit Lions, you're not going anywhere, and you never will. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? Coming up, a big fat I told you so when it comes to Jaden Daniels from both of us. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
That can't be good.
Can you? Damn it! Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. My computer tower went kablooey.
Oh my god.
No, it just tipped over. It's fine.
Oops.
Yeah, it tipped over during the commercial. 1:00 today on the Brian Snow Show. I get to welcome, for all you game show heads, you know this name. I get to welcome the one and only Rich Fields.
Let's go.
He has a book now called Trust Your Inner GPS. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about his experience as the Price is Right announcer for as long as he was there. I cannot wait. I am so excited to welcome. That's 1 p.m. today Eastern. Very special Brian Snow Show where we talk for a full hour with the one and only Rich Fields. So don't forget to join us for that. Now, I happen to take the liberty of pulling up some stats.
Okay.
Featuring Jaden Daniels and one Caleb Williams.
No, this ought to be good.
Okay. There have been many a person from the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy. I'll say that again. There have been many from the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy. And you know this to be true, Shane, because you saw some of the same posts that I did.
Don't remind me.
Time out. Oh, man. I got to get this tower pulled up here.
Unfortunately, one of the biggest reasons for the Midwestern Committee of Bear Idiocy is we all know what they did for DJ Moore.
Take the floor, if you would, for a couple of minutes, please.
Oh, tower issues abound. I know how that goes being a techie. But yeah, apparently there's been a lot of people in Chicago and a lot of people that are fans of the Bears that don't exactly have more common sense than anything else out there that thought that Caleb Williams was going to be him this year. Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. You know, they're going to lead the he's going to lead the Bears to the promised land.
Leading them to a playoff berth.
And
I keep my sentence. Caleb Williams sucks. Period. Point blank. End of ball game. You don't
Pretty
know
much.
why? Now, there are many fundamental reasons of why Caleb Williams sucks. And if you've watched football at any point in time this year, you've seen them. You've seen them all. Okay? But you got these idiots. I'm getting adjusted here. In the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy. And yes, we underline the words bear idiocy. Oh, crap. I unplugged my... I pulled and unplugged my heater. Dadgummit.
That seemed to have thought that Caleb Williams was going to be the one to do all this, to bring him back to the Holy Land.
Slight pause while Shane takes the floor. I got something to fix. I'll be back.
Sounds like more tech issues galore around here. I know that feeling all too well, but unfortunately, Jaden Daniels has been, well, I say fortunately for the Redskins fans, I don't need Dale Jr. coming after me anytime soon. Jaden Daniels has been the guy out of the draft class this year. I mean, look what he's done with Washington. He's got him one win away from going to the Super Bowl. He took them in a stacked NFC East. Granted, it was a wild card berth, but again, look how stacked that division is. They ran through. Let me take a look back here, actually, as I'm trying to get all this. They ended up surviving Tampa Bay, and then they put 45 up on Detroit. There's no chance Caleb Williams could have done that. Now, I know the committee is going to be like, oh, we don't have an offensive line. Oh, we don't have defense. Yeah, it's only a small part of the game. What? Yeah, you guys don't have an offensive line. That's one of the reasons Caleb Williams has been getting thrashed. Yeah, you guys don't have defense either. That's why New England was able to put 19 up on you. Yes, I actually celebrate that because that was one of the only highlights New England had this season. 38-day-old man. Oh. But I mean, let's take a look. Just for curiosity being curiosity. Bears and Packers. The last regular season game. Caleb Williams went 21 of 29 for a $148. You throw 29 passes and complete 21 of them, you're supposed to at least be over 250. Come on now. It's ridiculous that somebody can throw a ball 29 times and only pick up 148 yards in a regular season finale. Caleb Williams will never be the answer in Chicago. And unfortunately, that's also going to be because of coaching. That's going to be because of ownership.
I've had more problems here in this studio this morning than Caleb Williams did all season.
Sounds about right.
Now, looking at the numbers I have in front of me, statistically speaking, Jaden Daniels beat up Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he did.
Because Caleb Williams had to throw the ball 82 more times than Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels had a 69% completion percentage. Caleb Williams, 62.5. Total yards, passing yards. Caleb Williams at 3,541. Jaden Daniels at 3,568. 25 touchdowns to 20. 9 interceptions compared to 6. And Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. And they believe Caleb Williams is going to do what this year?
Yeah, not so much.
They believe Caleb Williams is going to do what? Not.
Pretty much.
Why do they believe in Caleb Williams so much? You must answer that for me.
Do I look like a member of that committee?
Mm-mm.
I don't have an answer for you. I mean, you want a prototypical answer. It's because of how touted he was in college. But even then, his best games weren't where he ended up.
Nope. His best game was against Texas when he was at Oklahoma, and that was in a relief role.
Yeah. It's ridiculous that somebody can get so much hype and then fall this far flat.
Listen, Jaden Daniels had 10 rushes of 20 or more yards. 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many Caleb Williams had? 2.
Oh, jeez.
I love the fact that Jaden Daniels is going to be the undisputed rookie of the year. And if anybody votes for Caleb Williams for that honor, you're crazy.
Pretty much.
Anybody votes for Caleb Williams for rookie of the year, you're crazy.
You know there are going to be some pundits that will.
I know. And oh, by the way, guess where Jaden Daniels is? The
Postseason.
NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Where's Caleb Williams? Sitting at home wondering what the hell did I do to leave Oklahoma?
Well, you got drafted by a team that doesn't have a front seven that can protect your ass, and you don't have a secondary that can back you up.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest problem, this clown right here.
They mortgaged, risked, doubled down, and extended. They mortgaged, risked, and doubled down their entire future for DJ
Moore.
Oh! And DJ Moore was supposed to do what?
Apparently nothing.
Now, I know a lot of this can be put on the Bears as an organization, and that is true. That is every bit of true. Jeffrey is with us saying good morning, everyone, and will you be doing the national championship tonight? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm doing that. This is not only a Caleb Williams problem, this is an organizational problem, which is what I have been saying the whole time. As much crap as I have given to Caleb Williams, I was hoping people would read between the lines and figure out that this is an organizational problem. Apparently, there are some fools who have not figured out my joking. But this is an organizational problem because the Bears are an organization that's led by no one. No direction whatsoever.
The Bears haven't been 100% relevant since 1985 when they beat us in the Super Bowl. McCaskett doesn't know how the hell to run a franchise.
Mm-mm.
She's like Jerry Jones, and I'm going to say this now, a lot like Robert Kraft. The Bears are a known commodity in football. Same with Dallas. Same with New England. The only reason they're hanging on to some shred of ownership is to be part of the relevancy train.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually let people in who knew what the hell they were doing, maybe
If they let in some football people,
maybe we wouldn't be talking about them in the days of yore.
maybe if they let in some football people that could help them fix this cotton picking thing.
Look how well New England was when Belichick was actually the one drafting people.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what was built and now apparently bulldozed down.
Give you the best example, and you know this name, Bill Walsh.
Yep.
The legendary Bill Walsh, the godfather of the West Coast offense, which now every team tries to use. And I say tries because if you're a team that's trying to use the West Coast offense, which is now universal, you got to have the horses to run it. And the Bears don't.
No, they don't.
They simply don't.
No, and that's the problem.
That's the major problem. That's a major problem. And you're expected to do, and you were expected Caleb Williams to do what? Not in this realistic world, you're not.
Nope, not a chance.
Not a chance. And then you got them saying, just wait till next year. Y'all been saying that since 1990.
Come on here.
2006 doesn't count because your defense got you to the Super Bowl.
Look at those of us up here in New England every time we said that, especially with the Bruins, especially with the Red Sox, especially with New England.
Mm-hmm.
Until Brady came by and thank the Bradys for TB12.
Yep. Yep. And that was a 20-year dynastic run. 20 years.
Yep.
But now, if you're the Bears,
where do you go from here?
Yeah, where do you go from here? If you're the Bears, and we may as well throw this question out there right now, where do you go from here?
You once again draft.
What do you do?
You draft an offensive 7 that's a stonewall.
And that's going to depend on who's available. That is seriously going to depend on who's available. But Caleb Williams, until I see different, you suck. Just say it out loud. Until I see different and until I see improvement, and to the people that want to ask, yes, I've watched Caleb Williams perform in every game this season. And my opinion remains the same. Caleb Williams, you suck. My opinion remains the same. Hell, Nathan Rourke can throw more touchdown passes than you in the first half. Oh, wait, he did that against Edmonton. Oops.
And New England was dumb enough to let him go for what reason now?
I wish I had an answer.
So don't I.
I wish I had an answer. Coming up next, we don't know.
Yeah. We'll wing it for a little bit. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Snowman in the Morning returns when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The national championship is tonight. It's Notre Dame and Ohio State. We'll kick off our coverage at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. What game surprised you the most this weekend?
Honestly, there was too many of them, really. I mean, no one would have picked. Obviously, you got to go Commanders Lions is the first one.
That's the biggest surprise of the weekend.
And then I'm actually going to go Chiefs Texans because you'd figure A would be a little bit more of a shootout, and B, you'd figure that Houston would have hung in there more. But once, I think it was. Who was it that went down for Houston that really changed the game that day? I think it was Tank Dell.
I
know someone got injured during the game that shouldn't have. It was either I think it was Tank. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and actually fully watch it. I caught a lot of the game, but still.
Yeah.
But you'd figure that KC would have hung more on Houston.
They had chances to.
Yeah, they did.
They had chances to.
In all aspects of the game, Houston outplayed Kansas City.
Outplayed them, outgained them, and yet
Houston just couldn't get the job done.
Nope. And it makes me very sad that couldn't happen for the Houston Texans. Just makes me very sad. But when you're dealing with the world champions, you got to come ready. And a comment that CJ Stroud made when he said, "We know it's us against everybody." What do you think that implies?
Basically, they know that they got no support, and they figured, screw it, we're going to go and keep playing anyway.
Mm-hmm. It implied to me that they knew the refs were going to play a role in the game.
The refs have been ungodly this playoff season. I mean, let's just be real about it.
Boy, yeah, they have. How do you solve that?
You really can't. It's refereeing. That's the one thing in sports that keeps the human element in there is refs.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be mistakes made. There's going to be a little bit of bias one way or the other, and no one can say there isn't.
I'm not saying there isn't. Because there definitely is. Because there was a roughing the passer call that shouldn't have been called. Hello, Winnie.
And yet again here we are talking about it.
Mm-hmm. We have a visitor here.
Oh, hello
Winnie,
there.
What are you doing?
Nah, chilling.
Winnie, why are you up here so early? I should know better than to ask this question.
Right.
Oh, boy. I should know better than to ask this question.
But yet again, here we are.
Yeah. And yet again, here she is. Hello, Winnie Pooh. All right, I'm moving. Did your cat ever like headbutt you like this?
Yes, all the time.
No, okay.
All the time.
Coming up tonight, the debut broadcast on Snowman Sportsnet is this: the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Ohio State Buckeyes as they play for the national championship tonight. Our coverage will begin at 7 p.m. with the kickoff show. We've reached halftime, and when we come back, we'll have more on the Chiefs and the Texans and why the Texans couldn't get it done. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Oh, hell.
What are you all hailing about?
That explains why I heard the diesel roll up today.
Darn straight. I filled this baby up with diesel early this morning. Now tell me why these fools still believe in Caleb Williams.
Do I look like a member of the idiot that thing that's out there in Chicago?
No, but you look like a guy that knows football.
Yeah, that means I don't have the answer for stupidity.
Right, that's fair. Tell me also why the public believed in Matthew Stafford.
Stafford's a semi-decent, competent quarterback.
Whose old personality showed up in the fourth quarter yesterday.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
When you miss a wide open receiver on fourth down, that could have given you the first and a new set of downs. And this is after he threw a perfect pass to Puka Nacua. What the hell's a Puka Nacua? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then you had the implosion of the Detroit Lions. And that's where my ire is. The Detroit Lions were supposed to be the best team in the NFC. And they got kicked in the nether regions by the Washington Redskins. Now I, old Commish, is glad that the Redskins got the victory over the Detroit Lions. Because frankly, I thought the Detroit Lions were frauds. And once again, I'm proven to be right. The Detroit Lions are frauds. Even with Dan Campbell as their coach. They're frauds. You know who else may be a bunch of frauds after next weekend? The Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Because they get to see Washington for a third time. And this Washington Redskins team is as constructed in the way they are now could march into Philadelphia and snatch that NFC championship. We don't know. Now, there's a certain person on this panel that loves the Boston Red Sox. Why?
The makeup of the team. Been loyal through and through for the longest time.
Even through Bill Buckner.
That's a running joke we have up here in New England. When anyone screws up, we say they Bucknered.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But I just want a small reminder, and some man told me to tell you all this, that in 2005, y'all got Canercoed.
Don't remind me. I'm well aware.
No, you're not. Do you even know who I'm talking about?
Paul Canerco, yes.
Okay, you do. You do. All right. My time's up. My wife's telling me to go fix her breakfast, when in actuality she's fixing me breakfast. So I'm gonna have Butcher Bullwinkle let me out of here.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Ouch.
It tends to hurt after a while, doesn't it?
I got a steel chair to the head.
Don't people remember what that does to our brains?
Why the hell you, Commissioner? I know you wanted to come in here, but why the hell did you put a steel chair to my head?
Talking about how the Detroit Lions were frauds.
They are frauds.
Oh yeah, I get that.
They proved it.
Yeah, they did. And then he asked me if I remembered being Canercoed in 2005.
I kind of slipped in that joke.
He's like, you know who I'm talking about? Yes, I'm well aware who Paul Canerco is.
Friday, wife and I went to hello, Winnie, again. Wife and I went to Panera on Friday for a breakfast date. What are you doing?
Cat's like, I got an opinion on the Detroit Lions.
Apparently she does. Winnie, what's your opinion on the Lions?
Gonna try to eat the microphone.
Therein lies my answer.
Yep.
Winnie's opinion on the Detroit Lions. She rubs the microphone and pulls it out and knocks it out of the way.
That's a short.
Yep. You know what else I got cooking in the oven content wise?
What?
My wife's sarcastic reaction to NFL team names.
Oh boy.
And this is unscripted and unedited.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful.
And it's uncensored.
This will be beautiful.
Come here, Winnie. Come here, Winnie. Winnie, I'm going to ask you again. What do you think about the Detroit Lions?
I said my piece. Leave me alone.
That's about what she said. Is there a reason you hopped up here again, Winnie Pooh?
Yes, because I want to be the center of attention. Damn it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what my wife says when she translates all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you. And this is the first one we brought in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Pumpkin and Binks and I remember when Binks was the size of my hand.
Mm.
That big fella now can't stop growing.
Right.
You quit growing, Winnie. You quit growing. And yeah, you chase everybody out of the house. Chases them out of the house, chasing them around the house, everything.
Mm.
What's up with that? Come here. Okay, Winnie, what is your opinion on the New England Patriots? Okay, try again. What is your opinion, Winnie, on the Boston Red Sox?
She has the look of, I said my piece, now put me the hell down.
One more. What is your opinion, Winnie, of the Boston Bruins?
Face doesn't even bother changing.
Nope. All right, down you go. I think after that we need a break.
Yeah, we got another AFC game to break down, and that's how Baltimore managed to lose to Buffalo.
We'll do that when you all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that river cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Have you ever been sleeping so good you find that one spot in bed and you just don't move?
Yes.
Yep.
That was me this morning.
That was me this morning too. I found another spot and then didn't move for another couple hours.
Yep. I leaned into Jody and I was done for.
Oh my goodness.
I leaned into Jody and that was it. And I shut everything down.
Mm-hmm.
I went to bed. I gave Jody a massage, and the next thing I knew,
done. I think I said it last year, but I'm gonna say it again this year. I am so glad that we don't have to do a bracket for the NFL playoffs.
Me and brackets don't get along
because mine is busted.
Yeah, mine would have been blown up too.
I don't like brackets anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even the NCAA brackets are not nice to me.
Right.
The whole crew is here. Strikeout Beers with us says morning. And the Playmaker also here. I'm here to face the music. And he also says, what do y'all want to know? Well, what we want to know, Playmaker, is this. And we asked this earlier in the program. Where do the Rams go from here?
Yeah.
But do you think, let me ask the panel this question. Do you think the Rams were playing with house money for part of the year?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone outside of their fan base basically figured they're going to underperform this year. So it was house money once week 10 and 11 rolled around.
Mm-hmm.
Troy, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Rams were playing with house money this year?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens? Where do they go from here?
Again,
well, it all starts in the draft. It always starts in the draft.
They rebuild, they retool, they reclaim,
they reload.
Mm-hmm.
Because Matt Stafford, I'm gonna be honest, he had a heck of a game.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He just went into a meat grinder that is Saquon Barkley. Of the Philadelphia Eagles.
To be honest, if this Eagles team wins a championship, nobody's going to be talking about how Hurts won this championship. No, it's going to be all about Barkley.
It's going to be all, and it should be.
And it
should be for 200,
exactly
205 yards yesterday. It should be. Let's turn our attention to the AFC. And Mark Andrews, the usually reliable Mark Andrews.
This is why everyone likes Isaiah Likely now.
Yeah.
This is why everyone in Baltimore wants Isaiah Likely to start now.
Yeah. Because Mark Andrews hasn't been the same since he returned from that injury last year in the AFC Championship. But how much of this do you put on Lamar?
You can't put it all on Lamar.
Right.
You definitely can't put it all on Lamar. There's definitely some defensive stuff that needs to be questioned. But
coaching needs to be questioned too, because there's a few throws that Lamar made that should not have been even attempted. But that was the only read he had.
You know, Joy, and so very poignant. The defensive questions need to be answered.
2 words, no man. It's a problem with the Bears. It's a problem with the Steelers.
Offensive line.
Offensive line.
Because they tore Lamar. The Bills had no business tearing Lamar up the way that they did yesterday. None. They had no business whatsoever tearing him up. And they sacked him
twice.
Shane, correct me.
Twice.
Only twice? They only got to him twice?
They only got to him twice.
Well, if there's any team that needs a new O-line, it's Houston. CJ Stroud got sacked 8 times. 3 of those times went to George Karlaftis.
And Kansas State's not going to be that much of a blitz-heavy team. But they still got...
We said 4 every time. That's the thing. I was at the game. We said 4 every time.
Pressure. They don't need to send pressure. They get home with 4.
And that's what makes Kansas City so dangerous is they don't need the blitz. And when they do, and they bring the entire house, it's evil.
Again,
I think there's definitely one thing we need to work on after that game. And it's the secondary. Too many big plays down the middle with even though we kept dropping 2 safeties in the backfield, only one stayed every time. It was always one safety.
The secondary inside the hash marks is a bit of a joke right now for KC. They really
it seems like what you guys are doing is a little bit indicative of what the Bears usually do, which is the cover 2 with the safeties deep. And what happens is you leave a very soft middle where a lot of quarterbacks can make hay between just behind the linebackers and right before you get to the safeties. That's where a lot of passes got completed when the Bears
Man, Spagnuolo just needs to run palms at this point. Maybe that'll actually work for once.
Maybe.
We have an answer from the playmaker. He says starts with Stafford if he comes back. Secondly, running back is a question. Despite Williams carrying the load, his biggest issues swung the momentum into Philly's favor. Third, keeping Chris Shula as defensive coordinator. That's from the playmaker, Darnell Sollins, joining us in the chat today.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, Stafford, if he does come back, Stafford needs to be tuned up a little bit more. And they sure as hell need a running game.
Which begs the question, if Stafford doesn't come back, then who's behind him?
Well,
I think in LA, I don't remember who was there. Honestly, nobody knows who's the backup for the Rams.
Let me look.
Stetson Bennett? I think it's Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, it's Bennett. It's Bennett. It's definitely Bennett.
I'm gonna say
looking right now. Bennett was third, second string. Somebody we all know. Jimmy G.
Garoppolo.
You can't hand the keys to Jimmy G. I'm sorry.
You can't. You can't. You
The
simply
49ers
can't.
learned that with the Super Bowl in 2020. You can't hand the keys to Jimmy G.
I was about to say, how'd that work out for San Francisco?
I'm gonna say this. This may sound like I'm drunk, but I'm actually sober. I couldn't be happier with the matchup we'll see for the NFC Championship.
Listen,
NFC East, and then the best possible AFC Championship you could have gotten from all of the other matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that all day.
Chiefs and Bills, or Bills at the Chiefs because it's at Arrowhead Stadium for the AFC Championship.
It's for once it's at Arrowhead.
Yep. At the last time they hosted the AFC Championship was 2 years ago when they hosted Cincinnati.
I know it's gonna sound like I know this is like for the Mortal Kombat heads. The Bills and the Chiefs is like Sub-Zero versus Scorpion.
Yep.
But I wanted to talk about my experiences at Chiefs Texans.
How was it? I told
it.
you your job is to enjoy yourself. Did you enjoy yourself?
What do you think, sir?
Well, I wanted to make sure I got confirmation.
My question is this. Did you yell yourself weak?
Let's say I had to take the day off yesterday.
Fair.
The drive to Kansas City wasn't too bad, except the fact that me, and I'm going to name these brothers by name because they gave me permission. Me, Drake, and Blake, we drove from Topeka, Kansas to KC Mo. And on the way there, the Jayhawks and Wildcats were playing. At the Fog in Lawrence, Kansas.
Fog Allen Fieldhouse.
And let's just say, like, we were keeping an eye on the score. 22-2 is ridiculous. And then at the same time, Creighton upsets UConn.
Yes, they did.
Like, what was going on? And then I believe Gonzaga was down to Santa Clara.
Yes, in the West Coast Conference.
Like, what even was that? It confuses me.
There's a whole segment in its own right.
But when we finally got to Arrowhead, this man Drake decides I'm gonna do my own thing, and he cuts off a Dodge. Oh! We get through gate 3, which is the entrance to Lot L.
Yep.
That is a whole walk.
It is. Because I made it when my wife surprised me in the summer. 2 years ago during the summer when I went to the K. It is a walk and a half. Go on, sir.
We got parked, and it took us 30 minutes to get to the stadium.
Wow.
Do you know why?
Why?
Everybody else was going there?
No, because Blake couldn't stop eating.
Stuff your face. You got a game to go to.
Victor.
Because if you don't get moving, leaving Lot L, you get stuck in the tunnel. And I knew that. Blake knew that very well, and yet he still stuffed his face, despite us eating some BK before leaving.
What was he eating?
Well, you got so much barbecue. You got burnt ends. You got ribs. You got anything you can think of at the tailgates.
Oh, my gosh.
And here's the funny part. All I remember before we got to the stairs to the tunnel, all I remember hearing was Not Like Us by Kendrick bumping.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No way.
Like and as we walked away, all you could hear was dun, 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 dun. We finally got to the stadium, and honestly, it's beautiful. Like Arrowhead up close is absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the cat here?
This is Winnie.
I can never remember your cat's names for the life of me.
Is that the reason you're not cammed up, because you're so darn tired?
Yep. The gray tabby is Winnie.
This is Winnie.
Then the orange one is Pumpkin.
The orange one is Pumpkin.
I can always remember Binks though. Binks is very rememberable.
Binks is the white cat.
Binks is the white cat. Yep.
But I got through security fine because I had no metal on me.
Right.
Blake and Drake, however, they set off the first set of metal detectors. And the rule of Arrowhead is if you set off that first set, you have to go through another line to get to another metal detector. That metal detector, the second line, it broke. The metal detector broke. They had to replace it twice, and they still couldn't get it working. So they moved the entire line to the other side. And once they did that, suddenly these metal detectors start working again, and they move them back.
Sounds like an experience Victor and I had at Soldier Field.
Yep.
Well, you'd expect Arrowhead to at least have the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Metropolis,
and of course, you got the classic. As soon as you walk through those gates, you get your ticket scanned. You confirm that you are allowed to be at the game.
Right.
Beers here, beers over here.
Here come the beers.
I had two gentlemen pull me to the side asking if I wanted a beer. I was like, brother, I'm not trying to get drunk yet.
The key word in his sentence, folks.
Yet. For me, it would have been more like.
Well, the thing is, I'm not paying no $17 for a bud.
That's the reason.
That's what pisses me off about
there.
going to so many different places is how expensive they are.
Dude,
well, usually it's more expensive because a lot of these people are like solo entities, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They're independent contractors.
Well, that's how a lot of these organizations make their money. I said this before when I was talking about
I think I walked into that stadium, Victor, with $140 to spare.
Oh no.
I only have 30 left in my account.
Makes sense. Because as soon as you go in
at least
there,
you left with something.
Yeah,
I went. So the first thing I did when I got to Arrowhead was we went up. We found our seat. Well, we thought we found our seat at least.
No.
After the first quarter, found out we were in the wrong section.
No.
Everyone was already seated, so we had to go down. And this is in section. Our actual seats were in 328. We were seated in 331.
Oops.
And you want to know the biggest flaw with Arrowhead Stadium?
What's that?
It is how the stadium concourse is built.
Oh boy.
Because with how the concourse is built, you have to go down the first spiral, all on the ground level, up another spiral, through that third level concourse, down on only one level on the next spiral, on the second level concourse. I got some food. I got a burger and fries.
Right.
It's like when I talked about the issues and why people still go to Cowboys games, because I said, why are you going when they're gonna lose? And they said, have you seen Jerry World?
You ain't getting me in there.
They're like, have you seen Jerry World? That's why.
Wait, isn't that where the Natty is tonight?
No, the Natty's in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, even better.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
You know, if it's a game where the Cowboys aren't playing in it, I'll gladly go to AT&T Stadium.
That's how most people
If it's like a college game, you know, I'll go.
Like the Cotton Bowl.
Or the Big 12.
Or Big 12.
I said this on a grassy damn. I swear, I think some of the Cowboy hate is personal.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Well, no, the hate for the Cowboys isn't personal to you. It's personal to the moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they always have that problem.
Wait,
after I got my food, I may or may not have gotten some hot chocolate.
Oh,
may or may not. What the
but
hell
here's the problem, Mr. People on the panel. It was spiked.
Oh,
my guy.
It was fire. It was cinnamon fireball and hot cocoa.
Yes, sir.
$20.
$20.
How big
so
a cup?
Already $30 gone, and then another 40 and then another 10 because I wanted a souvenir cup.
Oh,
so you got a souvenir hot cocoa and fireball. Okay.
I had a souvenir cup from the hot cocoa, and then I also got a souvenir cup because I wanted a soda.
Yeah.
And this is on top of the fireball, folks.
So we finally make it to our section, and I get seated to a Kansas City fan legend.
Oh,
his name is the Shoe.
The Shoe.
And every third down on defense, when we're on defense, the entire section starts going, Shoe, 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 Shoe. And he just bangs this shoe against his chair until the snap. It is I mean, you gotta understand, this guy is famous within Kansas City. So famous. This man's signing autographs.
Wow.
Mid-game.
Mid-game. Wow.
And the thing is, like, unfortunately, like, I read the rules of Arrowhead because I didn't want to break any rules, get kicked out, none of that.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the rules was involving autographs because this is mainly for the people in the 100 sections, you know, closer to the players. In the rules, you're not allowed to bend over and ask for an autograph.
What?
You're not allowed to bend.
You're not allowed to do that. That is something that's like
okay.
That's more like practice field stuff. So when they have their open practices, they can sign autographs. You know, that's all fine. But when it's at the game,
you can't do that.
No can do. Not happening. And then the weirdest rule to me is the football in the stands rule. You know, in hockey, you know, if a puck goes in the crowd, you get to keep that puck if you got it.
Yep.
However, in the NFL, if the football goes in the crowd, if an official asks for it back or a player asks for it back, you have to give it back.
Give it back. Yeah.
It reminds me of what happened to McKee when he got his first touchdown. And AJ Brown threw it in the stands. And then he said, "Oh man, that's his first touchdown ball. I gotta get that back."
Yep.
And he did. The fan didn't want, and the thing I love about Philadelphia is the fan didn't want anything. AJ just gave him something.
Yeah, he was like, I'll give you a signed jersey if you the ball back. He said, "Dude, I got you, bro."
Yeah.
Everyone in the stadium knew, except, you know, non-Philly fans, that it was McKee's first touchdown. Well, kind of because they announced it, but at Arrowhead, it was amazing once we finally got to our seats. And then during halftime, Big Boy, local Kansas City rapper, came on for a halftime performance. That was cool. I think the only problem I have with Big Boy he was offbeat like 75% of the time.
Oops.
And I think that's because of Arrowhead's audio system.
Yep.
Because they probably didn't have it set up. Because normally in concerts they have sound checks, they have all that. You have a football game, you don't got time for sound checks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's right. Unless you find a way to make the time.
Do it the day before.
This is Arrowhead we're talking about, sir.
I know. And
the thing is, he's performing up in the 300 sections.
Yeah.
So nobody down in the 100s can see him unless they are looking up at the board.
Right.
But luckily, I was up in the 300s, so I got to see him. But speaking of halftime performances, y'all see LiAngelo Ball perform halftime?
Nope.
For Detroit.
Don't want to see it.
Nope. I didn't.
Got no reason to.
I made creamy chicken pasta during the game or during halftime, and I came back and started eating it. So,
well, listen. But let me finish, and I'll tell you about the drive home after I'm finished about this.
Oh, jeez.
So we watched the third quarter. You know, Karlaftis is just tearing through that O line.
Yep.
And then DK Ozuna, I think his last name is also tearing through the Texans O line. Like that O line was better with a bunch of traffic cones than it was with the actual offensive linemen.
Right.
And and then we got to see the most beautiful touchdown pass and the most difficult touchdown pass I've ever seen in person. Mahomes is falling.
Yeah.
He's about to get sacked.
Kelsey.
And he throws a perfect spiral to Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I can barely even throw a ball standing up.
And he threw
How in the hell are you throwing a ball falling down?
Because he's Patrick Mahomes. That's why.
Exactly. Because he's Patrick Mahomes.
And listen, I didn't want to pull a Chris Collinsworth. Okay, shut up.
You're like, because he's Patrick Mahomes. That's why. And he told you, I'm Patrick MF and Mahomes. I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna be honest. I had never seen Kyami Fairbairn off his game so much.
I haven't either.
He missed, I think, two field goals, a PAT, and a blocked PAT.
And he had a PAT blocked.
And our section was electric after the PAT was blocked because that was like that sent us to the next round.
And that was game, set, match.
Man,
that was.
And I still question the Ariza safety. Basically, making Ariza go back to the end zone to kill more time. Like, what do you think Houston was going to do with that time, Sir Andy Reid?
That's why he's Andy Reid, and we're over here.
But so the game finished. By the way, just to let y'all know, it was 23 degrees out, -10 wind chill.
Yep.
So by the end of the game, my Coca-Cola had turned to slush.
Of course.
My hands were freezing.
Uh-huh.
And my only thought is, I need to get to the car. So without Drake or Blake's knowledge, I make my way to the car because my phone was frozen. My battery kept freezing, which meant that it would drain my battery faster, and I was unable to access my phone.
This is why if I go to a game, I'm in the press box.
You understand that Section 328 is below the press box, right?
I do.
So basically, I got an idea of what it'd be like to call a game at Arrowhead.
So you were on the television press box side, were you not?
So to give you an idea, ESPN's like pregame stuff, it's on the other side of the field for me.
Okay. So you were on the radio side.
I was like, that's like glass. It was where all the fancy glass is. It's where the coordinators are for the Houston Texans, and it's where the radio broadcast and actually the television broadcast shares the same stuff.
Okay.
Arrowhead basically makes them share.
Yeah.
You boys play nice now and share this press box.
Right.
Because the whole point was like you had your coordinators between it was supposed to be like coordinators between everybody's like every broadcast booth.
Yep.
So you'd have the Texans radio broadcast coordinators, and then you got the ESPN broadcast and then coordinators, and then you got Mitch Holthus and the Chiefs broadcast
and company. Yeah.
That's how I'd think it'd be set up. But I didn't have a press pass, so I didn't know.
Which leads me to make this joke. Why didn't you get one?
Because I need to make a call, and I didn't want to make a call.
I mean, I did bill you on the show as the on-site special reporter.
He did. He did.
And then once we all finally got in the car, Blake took the longest.
Of course.
And all I remember was saying, Humpty Dumpty, get your
blank
into the car.
Because he was still eating.
Yeah, I swear to God, this man had a burger in his hand walking to the car.
Yep.
I've done that.
And I'm like, brother, isn't the lettuce frozen? He said the tomato is.
I've done that.
I've done that a couple of times. I remember one time we were supposed to leave after a game. I went and grabbed 2 more slices of pizza before we left.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, the Arrowhead has some of the best stadium fries I've ever had.
You know what? I'll agree with that.
And
like they're so crunchy, like they actually feel like fried, like they're French fries.
Okay, are they?
I won't argue.
Are they house cut? Are they house cut? Or are they like crinkles?
House cut.
House cut.
Oh,
I know.
Okay.
I know those fries. They're house cut.
Oh man!
And they're literally cup of fries.
Oh, they go Great Steak and Potato Company on us. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So how was the drive home?
Oh Lord, let's say Google Maps took us on a journey.
Recalculating.
So first off, Google Maps wanted to make us turn onto a road that was closed. And then next, it takes us down some residential streets, which wasn't too bad until Drake messed up the turn. And then we had to put it in reverse and go down the good route. And it was once we got into 53rd Street where we ran into a problem.
Oh, no.
A big ramp, basically, of ice. And I screamed at the top of my lungs, Drake! It was too late.
Yes. Oh, no.
Because it's like it was basically we were picking between a pothole and a mound of ice. Which one do you think Drake took?
The mound of ice.
The mound of ice. So all 4 wheels are off the ground.
Yeehaw!
And we land. Me and Blake are laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like, how didn't you hear me screaming?
Someone is cussing. You two are laughing.
Nobody was cussing, actually.
Oh my gosh.
We were just all laughing. And then I got out, took a look, and saw no damage. I was like, all right, we can keep rolling.
Yes.
I'm just like, we gonna make like Limp Bizkit and keep on rolling, baby.
Man, that's what happened to me on the way to work one time when we had lots of snow on the ground and I started fishtailing.
I got y'all beat. January 20. This day, 2009. I had to drive from Gary, Indiana, to Chicago, Illinois, because I had a double header.
January 20th, 2009.
January 20th, 2009.
Yeah, I was 5, brother.
I had to drive from Gary, Indiana, to Chicago, Illinois, because I had a game at Chicago State to do.
Gary to Chicago.
We were advised to come in early because of a snowstorm.
Yeah, actually, y'all saw that snow on the Philly Rams game. That was a winter storm warning.
Well,
we got hit with that up here in Maine, dude. That's how big that snowstorm was.
So I started out, and I was fine. I got to I-80. I got to 80-94 and was cruising right along until we got to Hammond.
Ooh, and that's here we go.
Snow happened. You know that, Victor. You know that bridge going from Hammond to Chicago.
Yep.
I got stuck on that bastard.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to all kinds of stuff to keep me awake. But it's because it seems like every FM station had the inauguration on.
Just like it's about to in a little bit over here.
I finally made it to Chicago. 3 hours later. I barely had gas to get there. I got to Chicago. I got to Chicago State. I walked in. And they were greeting me and like, how you doing? I have one question. What's that? Where's the food? Well, they had some food brought in from the cafeteria to hold us over until the press got there for the game I was doing.
Like, where's the food? I don't want to hear about nothing else.
So I don't want to hear about a doggone thing else except food in my face.
All right. So after we had our laughing fit, because when Blake's voice is gone, his laugh sounds like the Joker. So we were no longer laughing at the car flying. We were laughing at Blake's laugh.
Yes.
We couldn't stop laughing. It got to the point where Drake had to pull over again because he couldn't stop laughing. Once we finally got calmed down, because I my chest was hurting. Like I rolled down the window to get some fresh air.
Yep.
Even though it was like 6 degrees.
Right.
We finally get moving and we get on 470. And that's when I get a call.
Oh no.
I get a call. It's from one of my other friends who watches football. He said, dude, look at the Commanders Lions game. I said, why should I care? The Lions are going to win. He said, oh, no, they're not. Look at the score. And he hangs up. I look at the score and I see Commanders leading 10-7. I'm like, oh, that's nothing. You know, that's a Laporta touchdown away from the Lions leading. And sure enough, Laporta got the touchdown.
Give me this. Give me this button.
After
we were surprised that, of course, we were surprised that the Redskins were leading in the first place.
Yes.
But it was like, I knew the Lions were like a one possession away. Right. And plus, they were in the red zone at the time because I have the Real Sports app, so I could see where they are on the field.
Yep.
They were already in the red zone, so I knew it was going to be Goff to Laporta, touchdown Lions, whoopee. I turned my phone off, and we have a nice little drive. We get off of 470 onto 670. And once we're on I-70, we stop at a Love's. I think it's just outside of Lawrence.
That's where my friends have worked at Love's gas station. They work
this is
out
Love's
in New York.
outside of Lawrence, and they have a KU room in there where there's always sports on.
Yes.
And you want to know what game was on?
Commanders and Lions.
Say it right, Victor.
Redskins Lions.
Redskins Lions.
I look at the score as soon as we walk in because we're gonna get some food. We're not getting gas. We're getting food. I'm hungry.
Of course.
So it wasn't really in the Loves. So the Loves and the McDonald's are actually separate at this rest stop. So we went to the McDonald's and we walked in. I look around, take in the environment, and then I look to my right, which is where that KU room is, and I see 31-21 Redskins. I hit Blake with the Steve Austin. What?
What? What? Do it again. What?
And then I looked over to Drake and I'm like, am I dreaming? Please tell me if I'm dreaming. And if you ask that while you're in a dream, ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing.
Just gonna
I told Drake, pinch me. I don't believe this is happening.
They're just gonna punch you. They're gonna punch you like that. You
They're
feel that?
Sock you in the,
Yep.
They're gonna do what Victor did.
He did. He socked me in the face.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
This is why you don't ask.
He said, "Is that real for you? Is that real enough for you?"
This is why you
for real.
This is why you don't ask people to pinch you or hit you because you think you're dreaming, because they're just gonna take liberties and punch you in the jaw.
So we got our food. I got a quarter pounder with cheese, tomatoes, pickles, ketchup, mayo.
Cheese, man.
Lettuce.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese out in the UK?
Oh, God.
I don't want to
that
know.
movie.
$1 with cheese.
Fry, and then I got a medium fry, and then I used one of my deals to get another medium fry on top of that.
Gotta love deals.
And then I gave that other medium fry to Blake because I knew he was still hungry somehow. And he's like, dude, I'm not hungry. I said, I know you're hungry. And yeah, guess who finished his fries?
He's like, yeah, I'm hungry.
It was like, I thought you wasn't hungry. He said, shut up.
Listen, Victor and the crew have done that to me so many times.
I'm not hungry anymore. Bullshit.
Uh-huh.
He said, shut up. Once I asked, I thought you wasn't hungry. I was like, damn, you sound like Snowman.
Ladies and gentlemen,
listen, we only got 2 minutes left in the show. We are fine to go off the rails.
Yeah.
So we better close up shop here, and a little hail to the Redskins will close us out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to share more stories like that throughout the course of the week.
You mean I got to dig up the story when I went to New Hampshire over at the track last year?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I really want to go, but I really want to go to the AFC Championship. But the cheapest tickets are $300. You got me messed up if you think I'm paying no $300 to go to the AFC Championship.
You mean
that's why?
You mean it's a case of this?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Because I was willing to pay $150 to go to the Texans game.
We gotta go. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big. Do bigger. We are. We hope y'all are too. And a little hail to the Redskins to take us out of here.
Woo!
See you tomorrow. Joel Embiid, you still a bitch.
Before we go, I was going to say that, but also Bob Euchre, my friend, rest in paradise. You gave us so many great memories.
Yes.
And remember, everybody, today we honor that one that had a dream, so we can all dream. We'll see you tomorrow.
And all chase our dreams. See you tomorrow.